We'll be good for a second. There's so much clicking. Hey guys, give me a second. We're about to go live. I'm trying to get all the platforms up. So much work to go live. Why is it so much? Is it really only because I have so many platforms? When you have so many platforms, going live is like a whole 5-step process. Okay, so we have Instagram. Hey YouTube, hey Facebook. Okay, we're good. Hey guys, how are you? I hope all is well. I am here at home. My parents are happy. I have not been home consistently for a while, so she's happy. So I'm here at home and I want to get everything up. We have a lot of questions for me to answer. Give me a second. Okay, we're good to go. So hey everyone. There are a few things I'm trying to get through. Okay, let's get started. So hi guys, how are you guys doing? Welcome to all my platforms. We're streaming live tonight. I want to get through a few things. I'm recording some videos tonight. So I was like, I might as well get a live video out here and onto my platforms. YouTube, I have not done one for my YouTube channel, and there are some questions that you guys have, and I also have some Instagram questions. So we're going to get started with the Instagram. I wanted to pick one from my Instagram, and then we're going to go to my YouTube channel. And today we're answering questions surrounding selling live, things to do before you start your t-shirt business, which I did do a video on, and then some like one-off questions from YouTube based upon videos that you guys watched. Okay, so we're gonna first start on Instagram, and I use a really cool software called IGDM for Mac, and basically it's a way to answer and respond to your DMs from your computer, from your Instagram DMs. So shout out to IGDM, or the Instagram Desktop Messenger. So we are going to answer a question that was asked by, let me pull up her inbox. Hopefully it goes deep enough. Okay, here we go. So Quiet Storm, QUIETT_STORMM. So she asked, this is her question again, I'm answering from Instagram. She says, hello, my name is Trina, and I have a question. I'm in the process of starting my t-shirt line, and I was going to do like a really nice promo type of video first before I start selling shirt. But now, with all these extra W's, now I seen your post that says never launch overnight. So now, as she says, I don't know why Instagram just shut off. I think it's because it's hot. But now, I seen your post that says never launch overnight. So now I'm lost. I don't know how I should just come out like welcoming myself. So basically her question is surrounding, she's launching basically this, her t-shirt business, and Quiet Storm is basically asking me through the Insta DM, I saw a post that said never launch overnight. So how do I welcome my brand or my t-shirt company to my audience? Now, I did do a YouTube video that I got another DM from her that said that she had watched it and it did help her. But I think that one of the major questions that should be asked is, what exactly do you do when you are launching a t-shirt business? Do you just come out and start posting things? So I want to give you guys some insight. Hello, Aisha, how are you on Facebook? I want to give you guys some insight because there are some things that I see that should not be done. So the very first thing is that when you're starting a t-shirt business, you never just start posting the t-shirts. That's the one thing you do not do. Because if you think about it, when you think about branding, as those who are in my t-shirt boot camp are learning, you never just come out showcasing the product immediately. Because the first thing you want to do is to introduce the brand itself. And remember that in business, your business is bigger than the product, because products can change, right? The products can change, but the branding or the storyline behind why you started the company, your audience, colors, all of those things, those are the things that you should post first. So whenever you start a t-shirt company, you never post the t-shirts. You know what you post instead? Post pictures that match, who your community is and the colors, and, showcase things that are almost an indirect connection to the brand versus just I'll go to a t-shirt, like a brand new t-shirt company that's just starting, and I'll go to their social media and I'll just see like just all these t-shirts. And I'm just like, I don't feel like, tell me about the brand. Tell me why you got started. Who are the owners? What's the storyline behind the brand? Tell me a story before you sell me a product. Okay. And when you think about most great brands that have gotten off the ground and were successful, they told the story first, they sold the product second. Okay. And that isn't true for all brands, but for apparel, it is. Okay. For apparel, it is. And you may say, well, I've been able to sell stuff without telling the story. Just because you're able to do something does not mean that it is correct. Okay. I know that sometimes it's a little harsh, but it's the truth. Okay. So if you want to level up your brand, you will have to begin to tell the story. So that's why when I look at your social media, I do not want to see all this product first. I think the product is great, but tell me the story first. Sell me on you, sell me on the brand, then bring me into the product, because then the product has more meaning. So to answer her question, what should I do first? Tell the story. Tell the story. One thing that I don't like a lot of times when connecting with brands, who want me to buy a product, or they don't tell me anything about the brand. They just say, hey, buy the shirt, or hey, buy this. And I'm just like, why should I buy something that I'm not connected to? So those are things that we should think about when starting. So the way that you welcome or announce yourself is by telling the story first. Okay. So hey, Sanab, how are you? Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. Yes, tell the story. Yes. So shout out to YouTube, Sanab. Some hope I'm saying this right. Sanal, she's tuning in here on YouTube. So yes, you tell the story first. So a perfect example is when I started Royal Prayer Journal, which I've been working. Your girl has been working behind the scenes. So with my Royal Prayer Journal company, when I started that Instagram account, that is probably the best example for a feminine brand on how to start that product. Because when I started my journal company, if you go to Royal Prayer Journal, go to Royal Prayer Journal on Instagram, you will see that before I ever showcase the product, you're going to see a perfect branding experience that I gave before we even sold the product. Before we even sold it, we showed, things that were similar to the color palette. So the color palette for Real Prayer Journal was this maroon, it was like a deep maroon color, gold elements, foil. So when you go onto our Instagram, matter of fact, let me just, since Instagram is not tuning in on this, let me just show you guys so you guys can see it. And I give this as an example all the time. And everything looked like it flowed. It didn't seem like it was out of place. And when you do products, it cannot seem haphazard. So when you go to Royal Prayer Journal, number one, we knew our audience. I knew who my audience was. It was for feminine women, stylish, fashionable women. Because my Royal Prayer Journal it didn't look like a regular journal. It's very fashion forward. So guess what was on our Instagram? We had images, and I'll show you as an example, so that you can see. And we had quotes. The quotes are branded. So, I was all on this, okay? Listen, when I teach about branding, I know what I'm talking about. So this is what the very several groups of posts look like. I'm going to show it on YouTube first, so hopefully you guys can see. So this is what our posts look like. And hopefully you can see kind of some examples. But when you scroll up, you saw fashion. All right, there's a video of me over there. Right, you saw fashion. You probably can't even. There we go. There we go. You saw fashion, right? And so it was a lot of our color palette, which is pink. You saw, and then here's actually a picture of our boxes that we sold. Right. So we posted this photo before we even sold the journals. We were just posting photography. What we were doing is we were setting the stage for the product to be released, so that when the journal actually came out, which was weeks later, right, we announced, I think like a month later, what the journals actually look like. Right. Let me show you guys. So it was crazy because by the time we opened up, people were ready because we had set this stage. And when you are selling, especially products that are like branded products, I don't mean, like nonfiction. I'm not talking about, like, for instance, in like a business or whatever, like I'm selling hosiery, or even with that though, I think it should be branded. It should be branded. So this is what our road prayer journals look like. They're very fashion forward. So this is what a prayer journal look like. So you can imagine that's what the prayer journal look like. Then the branding around our Instagram needs to match. It needs to look good, because the back of the front, it's just, I cannot wait till we get our second. Oh my God, I can't even tell y'all what's coming. But these road prayer journals are about to be, listen, creme de la creme, baby. Okay. So that's what you have to do. I'm not saying that you have to be like this, but whenever you are announcing new products, you always set the stage. You never just drop a business. You prepare, you set the stage for it. It's like a baby. With the nursery, you get the clothing, you get the crib, you get all that stuff to set the stage for what's coming. Okay. So let's go to the next question, which is from YouTube. And this is from Lisa Harris off of YouTube. She says, is it possible that you can make a video about retail selling and how to brand yourself in that market? So one of the things that I think when we talk about retail selling, I actually have a video that it does not go deeply into retail selling, but it covers in-person selling. And that is, there's a video on my YouTube channel called, what is it called? Like vendor. It's called like how to vend like a girl or something. How to vend for feminine brands, something across those lines. And there is actually a checklist that I have if you're actually selling in person. So you can, it's right on my YouTube channel. You can find it. But let's talk about retail selling and how to dominate in that space, or how to brand yourself. And I'm going to be a little bit active with this because I want to make sure that I'm answering your questions. You guys love it on my YouTube channel when I'm present and I'm active and I'm like really engaged with y'all. You guys know that's how I am. So I want to talk about in-person selling because it's something that a lot of people struggle with. And it's because of one major thing, confidence, okay? Confidence is big. You got to be confident when you sell. And not just that, but you have to, when we talk about branding yourself, you actually have to become a character. And when we think about, a retail store that you would go into, you will notice that a lot of times the people who work at retail stores, number one, they have a uniform on. There is a way that they dress, at least the best ones. Now, the ones where you just come and look in whatever way, we're going to skip those. But when you come into a really nice store, we come into a really nice store and you're buying something from an assistant or from a person who works there, a sales associate, usually the best types of stores, they have a uniform on. So when you sell in person, one of the things that I highly suggest is to have a look. Now, I know some people may not want to agree with this because you want to look any kind of way when you sell in person. But let me give you some top tier advice. You want to be memorable. You want people to remember how you smelled, how you looked. Believe me, it steps the game up. Because a lot of times when I go vend in other places, it's amazing to me on how some people look. I don't mean to offend people, but sometimes I am shocked when I see people and how they dress to sell. Because I'm thinking to myself, you look like you just came out of your house. But I love you. I care about you. I support your small business owner. But you need to come as if you are not just confident about your brand, but you want to give your best foot forward. So number one, you need to have a look. Okay. And the look, now I know I'm the queen of wig, no wig, short hair, long hair. But guess what? I know how to have a look. Even with my mixed up hairstyles, I still bring a look. And people know there's a look to me. Number one, my face is going to be beat. Okay, and that's just how I like it. That doesn't mean how you like it, but that's how I like it. I love the cat eye. You're always gonna see a cat eye with me. And my nails are gonna be done. I'm usually gonna smell a certain way. Usually I cling towards a certain smell. I have a certain scent that I like, and I'm also very bubbly. Okay, and that's just who I am. You may be a more quieted person, but still have a look and have a sound, okay? So that's the first major thing, because if you're going to brand yourself, and this is a question I say, a question I ask to people all the time, but if you gave me a description of yourself and I didn't know what you look like and you gave me a description, could I pick you out from the crowd, or do you blend in? And when you sell, you can never blend in. Why? Because you need to be an attraction magnet. This is big when you sell. If you ever sell as a vendor, an exhibitor, you sell in person, you do a pop-up shop, and you're thinking, how do I get people to come to me? You have to attract people. You can't be someone that just sits there. I see people do it all the time. They just sit there and they're quiet. They don't talk. They don't introduce. They just sit there. And they think people are going to come and give them something. And you know what's funny? The way that people sell in person is how they sell, period. So when I see people who are not attracting people, I know that they're struggling in their business. You don't even have to tell me twice. When I see somebody who allows people to walk by them, they don't speak, they just allow people to walk by and not say anything, you're allowing money to walk by, I know that you are broke in your business. Why? Because I would never let money walk by me and not even say hello. So you have to be someone that's not just having a look, but you have to be an attraction magnet. So this is where for a lot of people, you have to get over yourself, because if you're going to be excellent at sales, you got to get over you. You do. You got to get over you. Okay. And you have to realize that money is walking by you. But then here's the third thing. Let's do some practice. So tomorrow, we're starting a week-long sale of my bookstore. So I'm doing a sale on all my books for mothers. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people buying who are not moms, but we're doing a sale for Mother's Day on my books from my bookstore. These are my business books. So let's say, for instance, I'm selling my books at my table, right? Okay. And you walk by, okay? And let's say your eyes just glance, okay? You have to be somebody, and I talk about this in my vending video, and I'm going to make sure that I send out these links for this stuff, okay? So you guys can watch this, because I do a whole thing for women, especially for feminine brands, on how to do your vendor table, I go all over, okay? But I have a lot of male followers, I have a lot of male audience, business guys. So I want to make sure I help, both parties. But let's say I was selling my books at the table. You have to be somebody that is also an initiator. So the moment you see somebody even pique an interest, turn their eyes some kind of way, grab them. Okay, I didn't say grab them as in physically. I mean, say something. And you have to learn how to, and I talk about this in a lot of my sales boot camps, on how to navigate rebuttals. Because when you're selling on the spot, you have to learn how to have, this is important, very important. You have to learn how to have an answer for every single type of no. Every single type of no. Let me tell you something. People have money. It's just that you are an option to them. Let's just state the facts. You are an option to them. You have to figure out how you can change from an option to a necessity through the art of conversation. And for many people, again, you have to learn the art of your mouth, because you talk differently than somebody else, okay? So you have to learn how to train your mouth to respond, okay, to no's. And there's all different types of no's. And I talk about this in my sales boot camp. So let's say, for instance, someone says it's too expensive. You have to have a response, and it cannot be something smart or cynical, okay? No, it has to be something that gets them back on board or back on the train. And for a lot of people, you do not have a list. Like, let me tell you something. This is what I did. I have a journal that I also typed them onto my computer, that for every single type of no, I already have a written response that I've actually memorized in my head, because I'm that serious on selling. And see, this is important. People who are not prepared will always fail. So you cannot say that vending does not work for you when you're not becoming better at it. You can't say that, people don't want your product when you're not practicing getting better at sales. You may have missed a lot of money because of the plain fact that every single time someone said something was too expensive, your rebuttal was like, well, I got to charge what I got to charge. That's not a good response. That's going to keep you broke. Or you say, well, listen, this is the price I charge. That's not a response. That's not a response at all. That's not going to help you get the sale. Okay, because some people, they have the money, but they have not made what you do valuable. For instance, I'm not a big watch girl. Not at all. Not at all. My father got me a really nice watch. Then on my birthday, this is crazy. On my birthday, I asked for a watch. I it's in a box, okay? But this Apple Watch, I just want to show you, it's not that people don't want what you got. It's about what they value. So I'm not big on watches, but I had seen Apple Watch. I've seen people who will buy them, all that kind of stuff. But I lately have been in this fitness kick, and I'm losing a lot of weight, slimming down, getting slim, thick. Okay, baby. And, a lot of my big sisters and girlfriends, they have their Apple Watches. I really wasn't interested in getting one for a while. I have not had one. I was like, but then guess what? Now listen, I'm not big on watches, but guess what? This has value to me. Because what happened was someone one day explained to me, now listen, someone could have been explaining this to me, but someone explained to me on the fact that, of course, it's going to sync with all my devices, and I have an iPhone, I have an iMac, I have all these Mac products. So it's going to sync. It also, it's funny, I was going to buy, this is important. I said to myself, I was not going to get an Apple Watch because I was looking at the one, I am going to leave this up, Key. I was looking at the one that had the cellular option. I thought I had to buy the cellular option, but then I went to the Apple store. And I told the guy, you know what? I'm looking at the one with the cellular, but I just think it's too expensive. And you know what he said to me? He said, listen, he said, you don't need to get that one. He said, why don't you get the one? He said, because let me ask you something. How often do you carry your phone? I said, I carry my phone with me pretty much everywhere. He said, well, then guess what? You don't need to have the cellular option. If you have your phone in your pocket or somewhere, he said, as long as your phone is nearby, he was like, your phone could be in your fitness pocket and you can check your phone because your phone is nearby. It's going to pick that thing up. So you don't even need to get that option. Now, listen, I was going to say to myself, I don't need the watch because it's too expensive because I'm not going to pay that much because I don't value a phone like that. But then he was like, listen, you don't have to get that one. You can get this one. Well, guess what? By the time I got done, plus Apple Care, I ended up paying, I think it was like $490 something for a watch. I don't value watches like that. But they got me for $490 something, okay? So what am I talking about? It's not that people don't have money. Now, some people do. Some people are just window shopping. But most times when people are coming to look at different things, they have the money. But you have to make what you do valuable. So what we're going to do really quickly is we're going to do a practice example because I think you guys have to see this in action. And I'm going to, this is really important because I really believe, this is why I'm working on some things. I was working on a conference. I think I'm going to just do a one-day worship and I'm going to work on doing a conference somewhere either the end of this year or early next year, focus on helping people really become not just sales machines, but confident in their voice to sell and to also run forward with their business. Because I know that a lot of times when I get people in front of me and I'm working with them with their sales, it's just like it's a whole life transforming process. Because I'm telling you this, if you can sell, you can make money. It's being a salesperson goes past any marketplace, okay? It's all about you putting yourself forward. So let's, for instance, we're going to focus on, I'm going to use, I got this from Brooks Brothers. I'm going to use this necklace that I got and this bracelet. We're going to sell these, okay? I'm not going to really sell them, though. These are mine. But we're going to fake sell them, okay? We're going to fake sell them. Okay, because this is important. This is really important. Okay, so I'm going to first start with the psychological things that are important for me to know. You want to do this at home, and this is actually like some real homework I want you guys to do if you sell products. Okay, if you sell products. Okay, the first thing is that I must know my product. I must know, and this needs to be on you. This needs to be on Instagram. Instagram needs to catch this, but see, sometimes Instagram acts up, but Instagram needs to get on this train tonight. Let's see if we can get them on before I start this, because this would be a really good thing for them to participate in, right? I mean, we're about to do some really good conversation up here tonight, right? So let's see if we can get them. Oop, I think it's facing the opposite way. Oh, guys. Okay, so again, guys, if you're joining us, we're about to do some sales work tonight. So thank you for joining. Again, I'm trying to get Instagram on. Let's see if we can get them on. Let's just see. We may not. I'm going to try again and just see what happens. So again, we're going to sell. And the first thing that you do, this is very important. The first thing that you ever do before you ever sell a product, you do not immediately go out and sell. What's the first thing that you should do? The first thing that we do is we actually have to get to know the product. Right? And if you think about it, if you've ever worked in sales, or you've ever worked selling a product or working for a company where you sold their products, you knew that you had to know your stuff, right? You had to know yourself. You have to know how it's made, what it's made from. If you sell books, what the books are about, and a lot of times it's funny because I've met authors who have written books, but then they couldn't answer a lot of questions when it came to why their books were a necessity for my life. Here's something that is very important to know. Even if you're selling books, right? Let's say I'm selling books, and we're going to get to jewelry. I'm just using this as an example. It's funny because people know why they wrote the books, right? But you have to fit your book into other people's lives. So it's like, it's a great book. It's a great book. But how are you going to sell it to me? Because you don't know me, right? And so what do you have to do? You have to get to know people. You can't just let people walk. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen this. I've walked by, especially authors' tables, and they'll have their books laid out, right? And I'll just walk and I'll look at this and say, oh, just let me know if you see anything you like. How am I supposed to know that I like this book? Now, how am I supposed to know? Tell me what tell me what all the books are about. Tell me which one will be best for my situation or what I'm going through. Ask me, what do I need right now in my life, right? So you have to get to know the customer so that as you know your product, you can correctly match people to what they need. Never let somebody walk away. That is money walking away. So instead of us letting money walk away, let me first know my product so that I can know what to match to people. So if I look at this, okay, pearls, navy blue, red. Okay, this is a bracelet. See how it is interwoven into it. I like on this one how it's a tie. Then you got to begin thinking about too, how do your products adapt to people? So, and let's say in your book, are there questions? Is it, an easy read? Is it a short read? You got to get to know the features on what makes your products good. This is also how you know whether you have something that's good or not. Sometimes we do not have good products to sell. Uh-oh, got quiet. Just saying. So I like this. Number one, I like the necklace because of the fact, and guys, if you're joining us, we're actually going over how to sell products. So I'm not actually just, reviewing a necklace. I'm actually going over how to sell it. So I like this because number one, I can change the length of this necklace, right? So if I want it to be a short necklace around my neck, I can tie it short. If I want it to hang longer around my body, I can tie it down here. I also like the fact that how not only does it have the pearls, but also it's two-tone color. We have a navy blue and a red. So I can work this with a navy blue outfit, a white outfit, a red outfit. So it's very interchangeable, right? Okay, great. Let's move on to the bracelet. I like the bracelet, number one, because it's not ordinary, right? It has very unique feature. I like the fact that it's classic, right? It has the same elements. It also has the Brooks Brother lamb right there as a little pin right there on the bracelet, right? So I'm really loving that feature. It also is a tie, just like the necklace. However, it does not change the positioning, so it's not, able to be stretched out, but it does still have a nice little tie feature, so I can tie this little bow around. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this and I'm going to pull it like so. Okay, we can pull it right on the wrist, and you can see how I can move this right onto the wrist. I already have a bracelet on, so this definitely is a little funny, but you can see it right there. I'm just going to hang just like that. Okay. So now let's talk about how to sell it. Okay. So now that I again, there could be more questions to this, getting to know the product, but now that I know my product, okay, now what I have to do is Instagram is still acting up. Now I need to communicate, okay, features, colors, variations, sizes. Okay. And I also need to have my rebuttals together. The best thing you can do, and I've talked about this a lot, is to sell to yourself in the mirror. A lot of people ask me, how do you get better at sales? I talk to myself probably more than what most people would consider healthy. Okay. But the reason why is because my mouth is my money. I talk every day. At the family business, it's my job. I'm the director of admissions and marketing. So guess what I do pretty much all week? Talk. I'm either giving tours that last between an hour and a half. I'm selling the school all day. Okay. I'm either talking on the phone, talking to potential families, sending emails. I am talking. My mouth is my money. The way that I respond to questions is either a yes or no to either a family coming to school or not. So I've had to learn how to sell some stuff. Okay. And if you've ever been in real estate or anything where you've had to sell in person for a very long period of time, you will learn how to get this mouth together. Okay. You have to learn. So this is why I talk to myself in the mirror. You think I'm crazy? Oh yes, I am crazy. I'm crazy about money, crazy about my business. I'm crazy about what I do. So you will see me in the mirror, and this is how I'll be. Let's say this is how I am, not how I be. Oh my gosh, who am I hanging around? So let's act like you guys are my mirror. This is literally what I do. I sit around the mirror and I'll say, yeah, so this is the bracelet. You can see right here, it has the pearls that surround all around. It's actually a stretchable bracelet, just like this. And then you can see at the top on how it has the bow, just like, and literally this is how I practice in the mirror. And people may think you're crazy, but let me tell you this. I promise you that if you learn how to talk, come on now. I've been in the books with the mirror. Like, this is Boss Builder. Yes, this is how to build your tribe in 30 days. Now, this is the perfect book if you're a beginner. And see, this is why too. Let me tell you something. When you're developing product, think about how you're going to sell even when you're developing product. Because I think about that when I make my products. So Boss Builder, this was made for beginners so that anytime I'm going out to speak or have a table and someone's like, I'm just getting started, guess what? This is who it's for. If I said, okay, let's say I say to someone, are you in a service-based business? Are you focused on increasing your sales? And they say yes. Guess what? I'm going to turn them to what? The S word, which is what? The 7 keys of selling. It's going to help them to increase not just their sales ability, but it's going to help them become more accountable with their sales with the 52-week tracker. So it's like, when people talk to me about selling, listen, I got this thing together. You have to know how to maneuver. So this is what I want to kind of break down to you as easy homework. Number one, you want to make sure that you know your product. Number two, you want to definitely make sure that you understand how to fit your products into people's lives. You need to be able to initiate conversation. Get them talking. People love to talk about themselves. Okay. And that's just natural. We all love to talk about ourselves, whether we admit it or not. So let them talk. Let them tell you what they need. Then match them with the product that they need. Sometimes they may not know what they need. So what you do is you use conversation to bring it out of them, right? For instance, I may not know that I needed this watch. Okay. But until, and again, I had said no, but then he asked me questions. See, this is big. Instead of the guy at Apple saying, well, if you want the thing, I guess if you want to pay for it, hey, it is what it is. He said, oh, no, we have other things. We have other things that you can buy. So it's important that you have what? Variation in product, so that you at least have enough to where if someone didn't want the most expensive, you have something a little bit less expensive. If someone does not want one option, you have another color, right? But don't block people out. Okay. You always too make sure that even if you cannot please them at the table, figure out a way where you can continue the conversation down the road, right? So let's say, for instance, they don't see a product at all that they would like. Get their email address, right? So that they can continue to see maybe other products that are outcoming. But I never shut out a customer. Never. Okay. So, okay, let's keep on going. We're almost done. Okay, let's keep on going. So hopefully that helped. Again, brand yourself, have a look, have a voice, have a sound, have variable products, know the products, know how to sell to people. Also, make sure that whenever you're in person selling, guys, make it look beautiful. If you're a guy, make it look good. Don't let your table be blah. I never allow my table to be blah. There will always be flowers. There will always be, something that presents. I always in my banners. I never, ever have a ugly looking table. That will never be me. Because number one, I want to make sure that when you come by my table, you're going to look because I'm not going to look like anybody else's. And that's important. Okay. So let me answer some questions from YouTube. Okay. So Indiana has a good question. You guys know that I've been promoting Kiana McGee as the trademark lawyer that I've been connecting a lot of you guys to get your t-shirt businesses and phrases trademarked. And again, you can go to McGee. You can just type in McGee Law Firm. I'm going to give you guys the website. Okay, so you guys can go there. But the website is, hold on. And give it to you guys. It is the McGee Law Firm. So THEMCGHEE lawfirm.com. Again, it's the McGee lawfirm.com. And Indiana asked a great question. And she said, do we need to get the trademark back before, it says back. I think she means, do we need to get the trademark before launching, or is filing sufficient to get the store going? And what I suggest is, now I've seen a lot of things happen, but what I personally suggest is that number one, most lawyers are going to ask to see if you're actually currently using the trademark, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're using it in some way that you have proof of you using it, that is even yours, right? That you're not just, taking up names, but, you need to make sure that's in operation. So at least get the domain, at least get like a little landing page up, a little logo or something like that. Because again, you can have the unregistered trademark symbol. Okay, and then when it becomes trademark, you have the registered symbol. So at least have the logo or whatever it is that you're using, have that stuff going so that when you file your trademark, you have proof of the fact that you're using it. So definitely get it going. And then you need to contact Kiana McGee to get your trademark officially filed. Okay. Let me answer the next question that is on here. I have several questions I have not answered, so I'm so sorry. So someone asked me about, this is 3 weeks ago. This is Warrior Princess 771. She asked, thank you so much for sharing this information. This is from I'm starting your journal business. And she says, I would like to send out weekly encouragement via text. Do you know any apps that can do that? Now, I recommended to her Easy Texting, Textful, Text 80. She asked, is there one that you recommend or should I do my research? And of course, I'm going to share with you the one that I've used, and then there's ones that I've had my friends or my business friends use. And I'm typing Kiana McGee's link into the live chat here on YouTube. And so I've used Textful. It's the one that I have used for my business, is the one that I use with Royal Prayer Journal. I will be getting it back up pretty soon. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to use it strategically. Guys, there's so many ones out there, and they're pretty much all the same price point. It's really about what you need out of the text messenger system. And so, for instance, for me, I wanted one that integrated into my MailChimp easily. And so I like Textful, but guess what? All the other ones do it too. I just liked how it worked. So it's all about which ones you like, which platform you prefer, but they pretty much all do the same thing, and they're pretty much all around the same price point. Okay. So yeah, I would definitely do your research and just, kind of tinker with one. And then if you don't like how it works, move to another one. A lot of them also offer like a free version, so you can kind of get used to it. So it's pretty much up to you. Okay, let's see. So Kit Kat Crafts and K-Pop asked, I have a stationery store near me, but the journal I like is like $15 per book. Plain colored line book. Should I buy one and design the front to sell for $22? And this is from Florence, Alabama. So she said, so far I make spiral notebooks from scratch and also design covers for ready-made books. I'll use my Cricut Explore Air machine for most of it, and I love the ending product. Keep up the good work. Okay. So I have a stationery store near me, but the journal I like is $15 per book. Plain colored line book. Should I buy one and design the front to sell for $22? So you're buying it at $15 and you're selling it at $22. $7 increase. I mean, I don't want to say yes or no because I'm sure trying to really figure out. So are you buying a book? And again, this is a question on YouTube, so she's not like, she's asking live. But it looks like here that you're buying a book already, then you're changing it around and then reselling it. So you can do it. I'm just I just want to know what the plan is. So like, is your plan to sell them like that when you buy them and then just, change the covers? I would need to get a little bit more in-depth information so I can really see what you're doing. Okay. But I see people do it all the time. But again, I can't really answer that one. Okay. Okay. So I Can't Dance says, thanks so much for this video. I have a question regarding your info on shipping products. Doesn't CreateSpace ship the books for you when you sell through Amazon, or are you selling yours directly to the consumer yourself through your own site? I haven't sold physical books on Amazon yet, only Kindle versions, so I want to make sure I know what to expect. Thank you again for sharing so openly with us. And this was from my Starting Your Journal business. So this is my suggestion. I talked about this in, I think, another video I did. I will definitely be talking about it more as I'm working on some new books and some new journals. So CreateSpace, of course, is now become Kindle Direct. So I've actually gotten emails from people that have said that Amazon, CreateSpace is dead. So what can I use next? Guys, let me just tell you, CreateSpace just got a new name. Okay, so CreateSpace, I know people still use the name, but it's not dead technically. It's become a new name under Amazon, which is now Kindle Direct Publishing. So a lot of people are saying, oh, I got to find a new place. No, you don't. You don't need to. And so again, if you're not familiar, Kindle Direct Publishing is a self-publishing platform through Amazon where you can upload your own books and publish them yourself. It is phenomenal. All of my books have been published through Create Space at first, and then when it became Kindle Direct. So this one was done through Kindle Direct, and this one was done through Kindle Direct. And all I did was I designed my cover, and I uploaded an interior PDF file. And my book was published and printed. And it's all through Amazon. So, of course, there are some major changes that have happened, though. Like in the past, you could, in Create Space, you used to be able to publish a book, but it didn't have to go on Amazon. Now, any book you publish through Kindle Direct will be seen visibly, on Amazon. So one of the things that I highly suggest is that, first of all, it's going to be sold on Amazon. And when people buy from Amazon, it will be shipped to them from Amazon. Now, Amazon's going to take a cut, okay, royalty. So this is how, so they're giving you a free platform to use. And guess what? They're going to get a cut. So you're going to get the royalty call. You're going to get the royalties, but they're taking a cut. And I believe, I want to say it's 40%. I want to say it's 40%. I got to make sure. I got to look on the platform, but they take a cut of your book. So when you publish through them, you'll actually see when you do your book setup, when you get to the pricing page, it'll ask you how much you want to charge for your book. Now, Amazon's going to take a cut up front for printing it. Okay. Then on top of that, okay, they're going to also, there is a, they're going to give you a minimum price that you can actually charge for your book if you sell through Amazon. They sure will, because they're going to make their money. Okay. So there's that. But here's my thing. This is why I sell mine on my website, because for me, if I want to maximize my profits, what I do instead is I order the copies through Amazon in a bulk, like I'm talking about like hundreds, and then I sell them from my store, and I make way more profit that way. So this is what I do. I make the books on Amazon significantly higher than the price point offered in my store. So you could buy it on Amazon for, sometimes I think that like one of them is like, you'll buy for a high price, because like, think about it, like I'm doing a sale, right, on these books in my personal bookstore, not on Amazon. I'm not doing it on Amazon. No, I'm not. And you can go through Amazon, but I can't compete with Amazon's shipping. I can't compete with their shipping. I can't compete with, they have a logistics system I cannot compete with, but they also eat up my money. So I'm going to sell them through my website. Okay. So that's the reason why I do both. Now I like both, because if, let's say for instance, I run out of them or whatever, you can go on Amazon and get them and I'll still make my money, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can through my own website. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Let's see. Okay, so Sanab says, I thought about buying a planner and changing the cover, but the journal would be about $45 or $50. So, guys, again, this is one of the things too, and I'm doing a start your own planner and journal course and boot camp, 4-week boot camp in July. So we already have seats are being sold for that one, which I'm really excited about. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about my suppliers. There's a supplier from China that is my number one supplier I'm going to be talking about. And the journals that she'll get, of course, you have to be buying them in a large amount of bulk, but there's some great prices I'm talking about custom spiral bound or large ring journals or planners. So, when it comes to selling planners, you got to turn into a business. It can't be a hustle. It has to be a business, because when you sell products, I think people really underestimate selling products. And I'll tell you why. I think people get a high off of the fact that I can sell something and get money instantly. Right. So people think that, oh my God, I sold, 5 t-shirts for $20. I made $100, and then they get a hype off of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Believe me, there's nothing wrong until you realize that when you look at the cost of the products, right, and you look at how much money you made, you're going to need to sell a lot more to make a living. So, I think that's why you really got to come into this thing like it's an actual business and not just, products. Some people think that, I remember one time I got so tired of doing service-based work. I was like, man, selling products is so much easier. Because guess what? When it comes to service-based products, guess what product-based business, guess what your biggest issue is going to be? Selling in volume. Okay. Um, Within the print design boot camp, will you share in the print design? Print design. Do you mean so? I'm doing 2 boot camps based in, I guess you could say design. The next month is my graphic and web design boot camp. And that is going to be where I will be sharing with in that boot camp, which is in June. I will be basically sharing my whole blueprint on how I sell, on what software systems I use, what hosting companies I use, even what WordPress builders I use to build all of my sites. I'm going to be sharing all of my tea. That is in June. July is going to be the journal and planner boot camp. In the journal and planner boot camp, I'll be sharing all the things that I basically do to design my own journals for my clients. I'll be sharing all that. So June is going to be in the print design boot, in the graphic and web design boot camp. I'm basically going to be sharing with you guys, basically sharing with all of my students. 18. It's going to be 20 total, but there's 18 seats left. I'm going to be sharing with you guys basically how I run my complete business from scratch. Everything from what I use to build the systems, how we work with all my clients. I'm gonna be sharing with you my contracts. I'm talking about the exact text. I'm sharing with you guys everything from, even like how we price, how we navigate all of our clients. I mean, I'm basically taking the curtains off and sharing the whole thing because, again, that boot camp in June is dedicated to graphic and web designers who want to make a minimum of 6 figures in their business. And you need a system. You need a system, but you also need a way to attract those clientels. And then once you get the clientele, what do you use to actually build the sites? And so I'm going to be going through that. So what we do to build the WordPress sites, how we do the Squarespace sites, what we do for, even on how we price out things like business cards, postcards, X banners, all that kind of stuff. Now, for a lot of the people who are asking, there are actually a few people who are signing up in June who are not graphic designers, because the other flip side I'm going to be teaching in June boot camp is you can run this as I like to call the plug business. So the plug model of a graphic and web design business is basically where, this is big, you are the one, you own a graphic and web, but you don't do graphic and web. You hire people who do. Right? So you're basically like the front runner, the salesperson that gets the clients in the door. Then you connect those clients with white label clients. So white label is like, for instance, you hire some graphic designers as a contractor, 1099, to do work for you. Right? So they work for you, then you send the work to your clients. That makes sense? So that's the other flip side that we're going to do. Now, that boot camp is geared towards graphic and web. Why? Because I'm only going to teach that which I have experience in. I'm not a videographer. I'm not a photographer. So no, I can give you tips, but I can give you tips from a business coach side, but that's not my field. So I'm only teaching what I've done. I am a 6-figure graphic and web designer. So that's what I can teach. That's all I know. That's what I know, right? I've taught my clients how to build t-shirt businesses, so guess what? I can teach that. I've launched a successful journal company, so guess what? We're going to do that. Okay, I build journals and planners for my clients, so I can teach that. Everything else, hands off. Okay, it's not my expertise, and I only want to teach that which I'm passionate about. So that's really, 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 really important. So guys, yeah. So we're done with Q&A. Let me give you guys some announcements on the boot camps, because that is what basically my tribe is doing all this summer. We're not doing a lot additional except for really the boot camps this summer. So of course, right now we are in the middle of our t-shirt boot camp, which I'm so excited about. We have 46 students. Do you know how crazy that is? We have 46 students and counting, because I do have a special announcement. So my team is so amazing, because what we're doing this weekend is we are opening up. And you only have until Sunday night, guys. Well, we're opening up additional seats for the teacher boot camp, and you cannot get them by going through the boot camp website because it's sold out. But we're adding additional seats because we start week 2 on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So I literally have gotten so many requests. I felt so bad, and I was just like, because here's the thing: if you wait until the very end of the boot camp goes up from $197 up to $497. So that's why I had a lot of people who bought the t-shirt boot camp. They can't even make any of the classes, but guess why they bought it? Because they bought it now and they get all the replays, all the homework, they don't have to get the big red price at the end. So they were like, I'll sign up for it now, even if I don't watch any of the courses. So the thing about it is that too, all of the courses are uploaded into an online portal once we're done the live classes. So like, for instance, this weekend, people were logging into their online account and watching the replays, doing the homework, all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool because you join a virtual online live class, and then if you miss the time, you just log on into your account. And it's so awesome because you can log on, watch the videos. I also give you guys the audio version. So if you're in your car, you can listen to it too. So I'm really excited. But guys, that's what we're in the middle of. So here's the thing. If you wanted to join the T-shirt bootcamp and you missed it, you need to email me at info at my name, genesisdorsey.com, and tell my team, hey, Courtney, how are you? Tell my team, listen, I missed the T-shirt boot camp. I want to get in. Now, here's the thing. There is no deposit. You have to pay it in full because that's what we're doing, okay? It's the fact, too, that you missed it. So if you missed it, you were late, you got to pay it in full. So it's $197. That is so inexpensive for what you're getting. But I'm really excited because this really is going to slow you down to really see how to build a real T-shirt business, not this rinky-dink off the cuff, hey, I'm selling T-shirts out the back of my trunk. No offense, because there have been some great brands that started out the trunk. But guess what? That does not have to be your story. So that's where we're at with that. July. I'm excited because I'm going to start going really hard with July's boot camp. In July, we're doing the graphic and web design 6-figure company boot camp. So if you are a current graphic or web designer, or you are someone who would love to get into that type of business, and again, it's focused on graphic and web design, and you want to make 6 figures. Now, we're not using 6 figures as a gimmick. Guys, it actually is not that hard to make 6 figures in graphic and web design. It really is not. The issue is that a lot of times we're focusing on copying other businesses on Instagram and social media who don't even know how to charge correctly. So they're running broke businesses. And so I want to teach you how to run a real business. And also I'm going to teach you and give you all of my secrets on how I was able to get to that sales figure very quickly, very quickly, in less than 12 months. So we're going to talk about that. It's a 4-week intensive boot camp, and it's really teaching you the business of that design world. And then July is focused on the planner boot camp. So if you want to launch your own planner or journal business, or you want to learn the business, honestly, of launching your own. So let's say you don't want to launch maybe a so-called business, but you want to do your own planner or journal, somewhere down the road, and you want to actually make some good money with it, then you want to take that 4-week boot camp. And it is a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's worth it because I'm teaching you how to make the money. And this is why all of my boot camps are so focused on the business side, because for a lot of people, making a product is not the hard part. It's making the money. And so that's why all of my classes are investments, because I'm going to teach you how to make the money right back. And then August is going to be for my online ministry. A lot of people have asked me to do a course sometime soon on, how I launched Girls Royalty as far as the online strategy and platform, how we did it, how we did the content. I've had a lot of people ask me. So finally, I'm doing a boot camp, and this is dedicated to online ministries who want to launch a cohesive system and platform and really maximize the idea of global reach, right? But being more strategic with how you do it. And so we're going to tackle a lot of different topics on how to create that content, how to build the platform, on how to brand yourself within the ministry marketplace so that you have a distinct voice. And then also too, how to monetize, because you have to take care and be a good steward of that platform. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of different strategies on how you can maximize that ministry platform. So if you need to read any of this information, what goes into the boot camps, how to register, just go to my website, which is genesisdorsey.com. And then you can click on summer boot camps right there from the menu. Again, tomorrow, if you are part of my email list, you're going to get a special email tomorrow, because all of my books in my bookstore, from my business 101 book, which is Boss Builder, from the S word, which is the sales. This is a thick book. The sales workbook and tracker, plus the lead, Faith and Glass Slippers. All of those books will be on sale. And guys, here's the crazy part. Y'all ready for this price point? All books will be 40% off. So you've been waiting. If you have been waiting, if you have been waiting, if you have been waiting to get any of my books, there's going to be a 40% off discount on all of my books this weekend. I mean, I'm excited. So it's going to last for 3 days. I'm starting it tomorrow. I'm going to run it for 3 days. And it's going to be a discount on my books. I'm also doing a 30% discount. So 40% off of books. 30% discount will be on some special one-on-one consultation calls. So I'm not doing a lot of them, but just a few. And I'm going to be scheduling those out, and there will be a 30% discount on those as well. So guys, listen, I hope that you're able to get some answers, some questions answered. I'm tired. I've had a very long day. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. My mother is preaching. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'll make sure I look good for my mama. But I hope that you guys enjoy yourself, enjoy this weekend, and I'll be back next week. Next week, we're going to be picking back up on some master classes, some free master classes. If there's a topic that you want me to cover, be sure to drop them under any YouTube video. I see all the comments on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, just drop in Genesis Dorsey. You'll find my videos and drop in topics that you want to talk about. But next week, we start master classes on graphic and web designer based businesses. We're going to do some free master classes on t-shirt businesses. Not a lot, because my t-shirt boot camp is where you need to be in. That's where you need to be. But I'm also going to be doing some boot camps on personal branding. And so a lot of people, again, we've been talking about sales. We've been talking about how to brand yourself. But I'm going to be talking a little bit more deeper about, your voice. I'm going to be talking deeper a little bit more about your presentation and how you talk and how your hands move and how to be just a great person when it comes to sales, being more confident in your presence, being more confident of your face and yourself and your aura. That's so important. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to say bye to Facebook first. I'll see you guys later. Bye. And then I'm going to say bye to YouTube. Guys, thank you so much, YouTube. I love you guys so much. Again, the graphic web design business bootcamp, that is geared mainly to those either who are current or future graphic web designers, or you want to be like the connect type business where you plug people into that. Okay. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. See you guys later. Bye.